Flashback.
Previously on the ARK Hardcore series, me and Timmy were battling inside the ice cave. We thought it was going okay as we were fighting the ice worms. The problem was there were so many spawning on top of one another. It came to a point where Timmy nearly lost his life. I had to get him out safely, so I got him in a cryopod with the first opportunity I could get. I then proceeded to fight my way back on foot, and after making it through the nasty ice worms, I left my fate over to the comment section to decide whether I should push forward or go back and get some different tames and weapons.
End of Flashback.
This is episode 4 of the 100 Days ARK Ragnarok challenge. If you're enjoying this series, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. We're picking up where we left off. We were nearly this guy on the previous episode, as you guys have seen, and I decided to make a vote whether we should actually leave the cave or try and go further in. So I've decided I'm gonna try one more route, and this time using the wyvern. Hopefully this pans out okay. I actually want to see, am I even able... Yeah, alright. So I'm able to... get out of here most likely. No. I actually just wanted to see how bad it is going this way, but no, I was stuck. I was forced to continue the journey deeper. Alright, so it is what it is. We are going in deeper and we're going to use the wyvern this time, everyone. Unable to turn back, we started pushing deeper, fighting the ice worms, and this time actually remembering to use our shield. I don't know why I forgot about the shield earlier on. I think it was just everything was a little bit stressful, so now that I'm a little bit more calm again, at least we're thinking clearly. Wrong direction the first time. Yeah. I was quite disappointed in all the loot crates that I managed to get throughout the cave. Not a single pump shotgun in any of them. This is a big room again, so we're most likely going to run into a few here. Yeah. Alright, for some reason now I'm only getting one on top of one another the whole time, so definitely a lot better, and we've made it to the layer of the ice cream. I think there's one more drop here to the side, and I really hope I'm going to be getting a pump shotgun from here, just in case the wyvern does not survive. No luck on that, clearly. Alright, so I think it's just in front of me where I dropped down. It is saying bottom available. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking. So we dropped down into the lure of the Ice Queen, and the battle was about to commence. Since Timmy was in no shape to fight, we threw out Logos, our Ice Queen warrior. Win this one for us. Here she is. Oh, that is nerve-wracking. She was dealing a lot more damage than what I was expecting. We managed to get her quite a bit damage, but we had to retreat a bit further away. and I thought I'd try to land on the cliff, hoping she would still come out and I can shoot her from on top.
Alright, Legos can definitely not handle this just yet. Let's see, I can still get her to come out here.
The first spot proved to be too high, so I went over to a second location.
This might be a bit too low. Let's see.
Unfortunately, the spot was too low, and I nearly got stuck in the ice queen.
Oh yeah, this is definitely too low. I think I'm stuck.
Once I managed to get free, I tried to do some flame breath attacks, since I couldn't really tell how much damage it was doing. I thought it would just take forever.
I can't even see if she's getting bloody yet. To be honest, it doesn't look like it.
I came up with one more plan and thought I would hop off and shoot with a shotgun, but idiot me left Logos on aggressive.
Fine. That's a problem. No! Oh, we lost Logos. I'm in trouble here.
Logos, the fire-breathing warrior, was lost, so I had to continue this fight on foot. I had to rely on my shield, but I honestly didn't know how much damage it can still take.
Bloody. She's not moving at the moment. I don't know how much more my shield's gonna handle. Alright,
Finally, we had our victory. It came at a heavy price though.
Oh, I can't believe I just made that. Okay. Got a lot of death wounds and I can't even carry this, but we need to see.
I went over to see what she had in her inventory.
Is that all she gives me, or does she actually have an inventory?
And managed to find a very good loot crate behind her.
Oh, of course. Now we get a shield.
So I chopped the body away, but still couldn't find any loot.
Let me just drop all of this. This is from everything I dropped. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. I actually thought you got loot from defeating it.
Very disappointed, I searched the balance of the cave for all the loot drops that I could find. So I made my way over to her very spooky lair and tried to kill her infants before she could feed them to the giga that was inside.
I wish I could kill these before they hatch. Just stop the entire iceworm infestation. And there we go, artifact of the pack.
After grabbing the artifact, I made my way out of the cave, breaking through the ice barrier. I wanted to get out of this creepy place as quick as possible.
Lag spike. Okay, I don't know what to expect when I jump down here. Hopefully it's just water underneath me. Or at least somewhere I can grab on.
I then used some of my pro grapple skills to make it down to the ground below, and the dawn of day 60 was nearly upon us.
Early the next morning.
At the dawn of day 16, I tried to make my way up on the mountains, as this way would be a lot easier to go around.
Think I can make that?
Unfortunately, my pro grapple skills disappointed me, and I ended up hanging like a piñata above the water streams I literally started at, so I had to drop down. I then saw the baryonyx below me, waiting to crack open the piñata, so of course I had to kill him before I dropped down.
Okay, so right back where we started. Now I'm officially out of grapple. So it is gonna be the long way around.
I had no choice, I had to rely on Timmy to try and get me home safely.
Oh, this is so risky. These guys are quick in water.
I couldn't even get the time to try and heal Timmy up. There were just too many nasties in the area. I safely made it past Akano.
At least we can outrun him, but of course there's a raptor in front of us.
I honestly thought that the raptor was aggroed on something else, as I didn't even hear him starting to run after me. So I made a few pounces to get some distance, had a quick look behind me, and I thought I was in the clear.
Just not gonna risk it today. Getting me. No! Raptor.
My horrible judgment of the situation made me lose my best friend to me.
Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
So I went on an absolute rage mode on my way back to base. I managed to make it back safely to base, so I dropped off the trophy, dropped off the Ice Queen trophy, but honestly, I was completely heartbroken. So I made a bunch of black dye, colored my armor black. I then made some scissors to cut my hair and my beard. I made some gravestones, placed them, and I called the entire family to break the bad news to them all.
15 minutes later.
So I got dressed in all black since I was in mourning. And everyone else came out to say their goodbyes. I named Enki. Sorry. Scalp. You guys have been together since day one. I don't really know what to say. Here lies Timmy and Logos.
Timmy, you were so much more than just a work mule. I'll really miss all our farming trips together, And honestly, this journey just won't be the same without you. Logos, you were my eyes in the sky, my light when I couldn't see, my drop hunting companion, and honestly, I don't think I would have survived the Ice Queen if you weren't there. You will be missed. So all the Rexes gave a roar and said their final goodbyes to our two fallen heroes. Overs to the cheering tribute, and we shot 2 rounds in the sky in remembrance of our friends lost at war. One by one, everyone went home to deal with everything on their own terms. I sat back with my few friends in the evening sky, thinking of all the good times we had together.
The next morning.
Day 17 started off pretty weird as I watched the Kano run into the lava and his lover follow closely behind. Just a few minutes later, the same thing happened to a wyvern in the lava trench.
What is up with everything today? I just saw a wyvern fly into the lava as well.
After a close escape with a wyvern, I find myself a nice 155 lightning egg. Made a quick escape past my trap and returned safely to base and dropped off the egg. I patiently waited for it to hatch,
Like I'm facing down, up and down in the hospital delivery room, just waiting for this baby to pop.
and finally our egg hatched, and we had a really cool new friend.
Oh, some cool colors. Oh wow, very happy with that. Get me with Zeus. I always used to name my wild Zeus.
Once Zeus finished raising, I took him over to the snow mountains in the search of a cute Uranus, as I would definitely need a buff when I take on the boss. I killed off all the low levels that I could find in the hope that it would make a higher level spawn. I spent nearly the entire day killing them one by one. And in the evening I finally got lucky.
Ooh, I like it. I like what I'm seeing. Let's just get your corner posse sorted. I'm gonna be careful not to use the
So I killed off the Kano that was following me around, hopped off and placed my trap, and once it was in place, I shot the UT to get its attention to follow me safely into the trap. I then hopped on the wyvern and safely placed the billboard behind the UT, trapping him inside.
I hope I'm not gonna kill him with this long neck.
I then started loading my tranq darts into the face of the UT. Bit nervous about being the overpowered long neck. Luckily, she managed to go down.
Go, down she goes.
So I fed her some prime meat and waited for her to tame up. As the moon was sitting behind me, the UT finished taming.
I think my caps lock's on. Alright, Cruella. Since it looks like you're wearing 100 Dalmatians. Your fur coat, okay.
I then flew Cruella back to base, flying over the memorial, and once I reached, I realized the UT saddle needed silica pearls. So I made my way over to the nearby spawn and hopped in the water for a late night dip and to grab some pearls. I then returned, made the saddle, and introduced Cruella to the entire team. Meet your cheerleader. Like be aggressive, be aggressive. But the Rexes started to pressurize her.
Do the roar.
No, I'm not gonna do the roar. Oh, she's got really nice colors, by the way.
They weren't taking no for an answer.
Do the roar.
I'm not gonna do it.
Do the roar.
Stop peer pressuring me.
An ogre only roars when...
Do it.
Hold it together.
Fine.
But finally I gave in and gave the crowd what they wanted.
The next morning.
Day 18 started with a bit of farming, as I wanted to make a trap.
I just get sad every time I think of you. And how I would hit him by mistake every single time I would break a tree. It's just not the same.
So I started making some of the structures. Went out with the Anki to grab some more stone. Went back to base. And continued up all the structures I would need to make the trap. I wanted to make a trap where I could drop some tames inside and tame them safely in the comfort of my own home. So I made a 2-high structure with a ramp and door so I could shoot in between them. I then took Timmy and Logo some flowers. Timmy, Logos, I brought you guys some flowers. You're great. I really did miss them.
I think this is it.
I then flew out to grab Artifact of the Strong. I did already collect this artifact actually like very early on, but I forgot to put it in the edits, so I didn't want it just to magically appear, so I'm just showing you guys. It's really simple to grab it, and I dropped it back off at base. I then went to kill some mantis, as I really wanted to try and get myself an Indie Forge done. Once I gathered up all the resources, I made the Indie Forge and placed it in base. After placing it, I made sure everything was still accessible, and I gave the forge a quick test run.
Test out our practicality. We'll now drop off our metal, grab it, and drop it inside.
The next morning.
At the start of day 19, I really wanted to go and get myself a Therizino, so I went out scouting. On the way, I came across a griffin. It was pretty low level, so I decided I would rather kill it in the hope that I would eventually get higher ones to spawn. I then spotted a level 90, but I thought the level was still a bit too low. I did however hear a little monkey near me, so I decided to kill this one as well, hoping another one would spawn. And afterwards I hopped off and tamed myself up the little monkey. I know it's a girl, but I always like to name a monkey Steve. Steve.
Steve.
Soon after.
Me and Steve then went over to the jungle, where we found a level 130 Therizino. Wait, I can pick up a Therizino, right? Yeah, it wasn't wrong. After I started flying back to base, Steve quickly whispered in my ear that he saw a bunch more Theries down below us, so of course I had to check it out. He quickly directed me, it wasn't that one. Nor was it this one. But there she was, a level 150. Ooh, Right. We are letting this one go. So I yeeted the first theory and grabbed myself the max level and flew back to base. Oh, and she's white. Looks kind of cool. Right, now I just hope we can make it back. Oh no. Hopefully we can make it back before she damages us too much. I think I'm making Steve super nervous. We made it back and executed a perfect drop-off. There we go. That was a smooth delivery. Our new trap worked pretty awesome, so we started shooting the big oversized chicken with tranq darts until she finally passed out. I then went with overs to grab some mejo berries, as I didn't really have kibble or any veggies at the time. I fed the theory the mejo berries and waited for her to tame. I must say it took quite a while, but by night time she was finally ours. Here we go. I'm gonna name you HeiHei, because that's probably the coolest chicken I know. So I cryoed up HeiHei and introduced her to the entire team.
The next day,
Day 20 I started with a big goal in mind. I wanted to take on the lava golem in the next episode, so I gathered up some poly, crystal, gunpowder and cementing paste, as I needed to make a lot of rockets. I made my way over to the beaver dams to grab some paste the easy way. Alright, so this is definitely the safer way I knew how to collect cementing paste. I then slaughtered a whole bunch of beavers, as I was simply not satisfied with the paste production on this map. I literally cleared up all the beaver dams from all the paste I could find, and continued fighting all the beavers, nearly causing them all to go extinct. On the way back, I spotted two more griffins, a level 90 and a level 45, and I decided to also kill them off in the hope that I would eventually get myself a high level griffin. That evening as I flew back, I spotted a level 120 Megatherium, but we might actually grab this guy as well. After grabbing our fluffy teddy bear, I executed another perfect drop-off. And I then started shooting our new friend with tranq darts until he passed out. He would probably only finish taming up by the next morning. So I went over and crafted all the rockets I could make with all the material I gathered. Right, so we're sitting on about 36 rockets now, and 3 rocket launches. Let me know if you guys think that's enough, since I've never really done this before, so I would appreciate the advice. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this episode. I did decide to set up a little editing sensor so you guys would get an idea about the furniture mod that I was talking about. Coming from being a console player for so long, I had no idea there were such cool mods out there, so please let me know if you guys want to see the house being decorated, or if you think it's gonna mess up a bit of the originality of ARK. But be sure to subscribe, because next week we take on the lava golem. My goal for this video is going to be 100 likes. Let's see if your continued support would help me make this series a success.